Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to another video. We're going to be finishing up the snippet roll that we started in part 1. I'll have that video linked below. And yeah, today we are just going to go ahead and finish decorating this. I think the snippet rolls are so versatile. You could leave your snippet roll just like this if you wanted. But we're going to go one step further, and I'm just going to add some buttons and embellishments and things like that. And then at the end, I will show you an idea of how I would use it in a journal. So I have pulled out a bunch of little embellishments and bits and bobs, just little things that I like. Little die cuts would be perfect to use on this. And we'll probably do some sewing as well. I don't really have a plan, but I'm just going to start with this first area here, and I'm just going to start placing a few things here and there. I was thinking that it would be kind of fun to add a little eyelet, so I might put one down here like so. I was thinking another thing that would be cute to have, like maybe a little pocket or something like that. And I like this little envelope, but I feel like the color is not the right color and it's a little too big. You could go sideways. I mean, there's really so much you could do. It's almost, I know it's overwhelming a little bit for some because there's too many options. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to keep this somewhat what I would call simple. And then that way, I know that there are some of us who are somewhat intimidated by this type of a project. And so I'm hoping that by leaving it somewhat simple, that will kind of help you guys out and just show you that you can do this and you don't have to go all crazy. So anyways, I'm just kind of talking while I'm getting going. Another thing I was thinking is I have my thread and needle. You could also do some embroidery stitching if you are into that. I have this little Tim Holtz pen too. I know we're already 2 minutes in and I haven't really even got started, but I kind of just wanted to come up with some ideas and just give you my thought process. So I think this will be cute at the beginning here, but maybe go that way. I'm gonna go side to side here. So I'm actually just going to use my thread and needle for this part. So I'm just gonna go through around here just a couple times just to make sure it's really stuck on there. And of course I'm gonna get everything tangled while we're at it. I don't even know how I did that. So I will say also, guys, if you are planning to sew on a bunch of your embellishments, that you may want to go ahead and place down, I'm just seeing where this needs to go. You might want to go ahead and place down all of your paper embellishments first before any like metal embellishments or things, because it's going to be a lot easier to go through your sewing machine. But honestly, my brain just doesn't work that way, so I'm just going to wing it and see what we come up with. I just might not be able to put the whole thing through the sewing machine, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through one more time. Like I said, I just wanna make sure this is on really well because this is a pretty heavy embellishment. Now I could add a little bit of glue as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and just tie this off here. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and I am gonna think about the fact that I do wanna add a few paper things on here. And so I have a few different like die cuts and things like that. I might add this little label up here, one down here. Ooh, that might be cute. Okay, I was thinking, actually, what we'll do is we'll have this down here like so. I'm gonna take my crocodile and I'm just gonna punch a hole down here, right around in the middle there. I'm not worried about it being exact middle, but we'll just try to get it going there. And my crocodile is super flimsy. It's not working too well, so I have to kind of wiggle it around to get it working. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set that in place. And I don't know what I'll do with this eyelet, but I was thinking we could hang something from it, you know, some kind of a charm or something like that, but I'm not gonna do that right now. And I'll probably use some glue to hold things in place. Okay, I might wanna do a little bit of layering. Just like that. Actually, you know what? I think like a flower piece might work better here. I have my little embellishment. This is just kind of a catch-all embellishment tray here. Here we go. Oh, that's huge. I think I'll go ahead and set that down there. Like so. Okay, let's move over to this side. Let's see. I was thinking about having this right here. Try to bring you guys in a little bit better. Sorry for the glare too. This one's super glossy. I wanted to include this somehow, but this seems too big. It actually has some stamping on it, but honestly guys, I'm feeling pretty indecisive today. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put this little clip here. And then take another little die cut that doesn't really have anything to do with it, but that's okay. Just because I like the idea of adding lots of like little layers and things like that. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of dab around like so. So that when if I decide to sew this on, maybe I can create it, turn it into like a little pocket. We'll see though. Might put this over here. Could do a button. Could do a little. Okay, I'm gonna glue these in place. You know, I'm starting to, so as I'm going along, it's occurring to me that it really is gonna make a lot of difference if you are wanting to sew things on, because putting all of these metal pieces on is gonna make it pretty tricky. So now this might not all flow together, but I think the thing with these snippet rolls is you don't really have to worry about that, because you can cut different pieces off, like from here to here. That could be something that you use in a journal, from here to here, or just a little piece. So you can always add more as well as you're going along. Just gonna add this little butterfly up here. You could also do some stamping. You could add inks to change up the color. See, I think I'm adding a lot, but at the same time, in my mind, I could be adding so much more. But I think I'm gonna try to not overdo it. That can be hard for me sometimes. I have this in my stash. It's actually a pretty big envelope, well, big compared to our snippet roll. And I love this little, gorgeous little pin here. And I was almost thinking that I could tear this apart and use that as part of the snippet roll. But do I want to tear that apart? I don't know. Although it's not being used, so. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start out by taking a little piece of doily. Put that there. And oh, that's cute, a little tab. I'll be honest guys, this is a little hard. I'm gonna zoom you back out just a tad. This is kind of hard for me. So today is Sunday when I'm filming this. It's April 5th, I believe. My family is all hanging out in the bedroom right now just so I could film. We had our morning together and had pancakes, and we read a bunch of books together. Alistair is, you know, doing school from home right now. So this is a little snippet piece, I guess, that I made on another video. I don't remember doing what, but I was almost thinking I haven't used this. This would be perfect just to go right here. Just, yeah, let's just use that. Anyways, yeah, so we've been enjoying trying to organize and figure out what Allie's going to be doing for schoolwork at home. It's also been a bit overwhelming because I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything right and trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. And if you guys have kids at home, then you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and just use this. You know that? It's been in my stash for a very long time. So why not? Just going to pop it down here. Now before I get too far, I think I'm going to sew some of these on. So I will bring you guys to the sewing machine. And then, like I said, I think you kind of get the idea here. You just kind of go for it. This isn't the best spot for filming my sewing machine, so I'll just show you a little bit. I'm just going to take this and simply do a zigzag stitch just because it's going to allow me to sew on a bit more at once. And I'm just going to try to put this straight through. And then that's all I need for that piece. I'm just, so if you can kind of see what I'm doing here, then I'm basically just doing little piece by piece. And so that's where it would definitely make a lot more sense if you're going to do a lot of paper die cuts to go ahead and plan that out first rather than just going for it. So keep going here. I'm going to turn and go up on this little cluster here. I personally like the sewing stitches to be shown, so there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up this and then we'll go back over to the table. So then once you have whatever you want sewn on, like I just did, see I created like a little pocket here, which that's just an additional little thing, but that's kind of fun because you can put stuff in here, just kind of tuck it behind like so, and then you'll have removable pieces, which I just kind of thought was fun. And then I would probably go back through here and I could, like I was saying, I might want to add a little charm here. I'm curious if I can add one of my little bulb pins, and if not, then let's see here. There might not really exactly be enough space for that. Well, maybe. Okay. And then on here, basically, I could add another little charm, but that one's kind of cutting it close. Instead, I'm just going to actually just make like a little tassel by going like, let's see here. I'm just taking some embroidery thread here, just a little bit of it. Just going to make a little quick tassel. And I'm just going to take and loop this through here. My kitty is wanting to get out here. See if I can pull that through. There we go. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this loop and I'm just going to pull it through. And then it'll be kind of fun to just have that hang down like so. So just a little tassel, kind of fun, and then you could add different things on there. Let's see what else. It would be fun to add like little pins that also have maybe like beads or something like that. I just added one bead there, but I might go ahead and put this. Whoops, of course we're not focused. There we go. Just gonna add this down here actually, and you could have this hold something on if you wanted, but I'm just gonna have it just be there basically, kind of on its own. So there we go. That's the part that we worked on, and then I'm left with another little blank space here. This is a lot blanker. So I might just do a little bit more. But again, these little snippet pieces, you can make these a head, and those just fit perfectly. I'm not going to use all mine up right now, but I really want to use this envelope. It just doesn't look, I think it might look better if maybe I just need to ink it up. I could do some stamping on it as well, but I'm just gonna ink this up a bit just because I like the idea of having a little envelope. So actually what I might do is put that here. I have these rub-ons. Maybe I could just do that. I'm not even gonna worry about like getting a specific part cut out. I think mostly I just wanna, I just heard Arlo and she's, oh, no, that's not Arlo, that's the cat. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm just gonna take my scissors, go like this. Then I think it, and I'm not even being precise about what I'm doing here, just because I just don't mind if it's perfect or not for this. Just gonna, just a sec. Oh, you gotta be a little more precise than that. Okay, let's see here. There we go. I like that a lot better. I'm gonna go like that. And then, let's see. I'm just gonna glue this one down. And then, that takes up a nice big space there. I'm gonna use this little clip as well. And I'm actually gonna put it around the actual fabric like so, if that makes sense. If I can get it going there. I'm trying to get it. Oh, this isn't working. So then I'm gonna take this little piece of doily. I think, actually, I just feel like I need something more. Okay, yep, we're just gonna add the butterfly like so. It's definitely hard to not overdo it. I will be honest with that, guys. For me at least. So let me know, is that you too? Is that just me? We'll go like this, and then I'm gonna take this number 2, which has no meaning, but you know. And I'm gonna try to pierce it through the, I'm gonna use my scissors first here. Try to make a little hole here. Oh my goodness, I'm being reckless today. There we go. So brads are definitely another fun little piece that you can use. And we're gonna go like that. Also just gonna take a little piece of, oh my gosh, washi tape. I'm not sure if you guys just heard that really loud sneeze. Okay, so that's all that I'm going to do for right now. You can see how you could just go on and on and on. I like this little envelope. I would definitely add more envelopes and little pockets as I went along, but I think that's good for right now. So now I want to show you one way that you can use this. You could give this whole snippet roll to someone for Happy Mail or, you know, a gift. You could leave your snippet roll somewhat blank and then give it to a pen pal. They could finish it, or, you know, have more room to work with it to fit within like their style. So I went ahead and took the end of my snippet roll because I don't want to cut off the front because I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. But I went ahead and just kind of decorated just as I did the previous. And I'm going to go ahead and actually cut off a piece so I can show you guys how I would use it in my journal. It is kind of scary to be cutting here. Now, how much do I want? That's the thing, is you can really cut this at varying lengths. I'm going to go like that. So this is a pretty large piece, but I'm just going to show you this is exactly what I would use it as. I'm going to take my actual personal journal here, and I'm just going to flip open to a page. We'll go like this right here. And while I can't really sew in this journal because it's already put together, I would probably make this into a pocket. So I would take some paper. Let me just go ahead and take some paper like so. And let's see, I would probably just, I'm gonna trim this. And then I'm gonna go over to my sewing machine just off camera because I'm gonna be moving things around. And I'm gonna sew this on just like this. So it's gonna go, I'm just gonna sew around the 3 edges, okay? I'll be right. So now that I went ahead and sewed that onto the paper on the 3 sides, we have a little built-in pocket. That's kind of one of my little tricks that I like to do when I want my journal that's already made to look like it has sewing, is I'll sew it onto another piece of paper, and then I just put glue here, and I'm gonna glue this on. Where did our little page go? Right over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just glue that right on down, and I want these little tassels to show. And then we've created a little pocket, and just so you can kind of see, we can stuff that pocket with some goodies like so. I'll just grab a few little things from my stash. It's a little journal that my friend from Turkey made for me. How cute is that? I mean, you could do all kinds of things. So that's what I would do with my snippet rolls, honestly. And then, like I said, probably just give them out. I am going to be gifting my patrons all a little piece of this, whether it's decorated or partially decorated. And I'm really excited, and thank you once again to Yesenia, one of my patrons, for requesting this video. You guys, we have a handful of videos coming for the next month that were requested from the patrons, and they're doing such an amazing job at giving me really great content that I know you guys are going to be excited to see as well. So yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking along and hanging out, and I hope that you have a lovely day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.